Today we got the disgusting double standards on Jiraiya and Hiruzen. We already know why Hiruzen get that hate. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe and let's get into the vid.
Fandom can be pretty irrational from time to time, and this is very obvious when you take a look at the double standards most people that like Naruto have on Jiraiya and Hiruzen. I don't have to say that Jiraiya is one of the most popular characters in the Naruto series. Everybody pretty much loves the guy, and he ranks really well in the Naruto top 99 ranking poll. On the other hand, most people despise Hiruzen for not raising Naruto like his own son. And you can argue that Hiruzen didn't do the best job raising Naruto and preparing him for life, but Jiraiya wasn't even present for the first 12 years of Naruto's life. Okay, let's recap why people detest Hiruzen so much in more detail. We see Minato's flashback that after Minato died and
Hold on, before that. Low-key though, and it's not like Hiruzen didn't know, it's not like Jiraiya didn't know Naruto was being born. Minato and Kushina said, hey, we want to name Naruto after your book. He said, oh, really? Like, are you sure? I thought of that while I was eating noodles. Like, are you sure? They was like, yeah, Naruto is a great name. We hope our kid be like the character in your book. You know, he was. But, yeah, and then, Jiraiya, you knew the Nine Tails attack. Where were you then? Hey, look, I'm a big Jiraiya fan, too. So, I ain't gonna lie. I'm looking at you kind of questionable, because where were you during the Nine Tails attack? Where were you, bro?
is about to die. Hiruzen arrives to the spot where Minato sealed the Nine Tails in Naruto, and Kushina asks Hiruzen to take care of Naruto. Hiruzen grabs baby Naruto and says, yes, you can count on me. And then when we jump to chapter 1 of the series, Naruto is living alone in an apartment. People pretty much hate him all around the village, and he doesn't have any friends. He's a very lonely guy. We even see that he is buying spoiled milk. That's why he couldn't kiss Sakura while he was disguising himself as Sasuke in chapter 3. He had a bout of explosive diarrhea. And
Yeah.
This may be the last ad you ever see, because with the free adblock extension from Capital One Shopping, you can say
and he's not living the healthiest of lifestyles. He's a
Okay, look, though. I don't care what nobody say, what excuse you gonna make for Hiruzen. He is dead wrong for this. It ain't a fruit or a vegetable in sight. He's literally drinking spoiled milk and eating noodles. And he's eating them together. Like, he's mixing them together. He got the noodles in the cup. He boom. Then he gonna drink the milk. That's wicked work. Come on, bro. Only somebody with no parents would do something like this. You have to tell him right from wrong. And you should have started with this. He been eating instant noodles for 12 years straight. Like, y'all took care of him when he was a baby, but the moment he got old enough to walk around, they put him in an apartment, gave him some noodles, and told him, you got it. You old enough now. Like, dang, bro.
very sad kid because he's really lonely. We all know that, it's the premise of the story. But let's take a look at what Hiruzen's done for Naruto while he was growing up. First of all, he literally gave Naruto a home to live in. He didn't buy that apartment because he was a kid, he didn't work. And this is where many people are going to reference the rent scene, that scene where Hiruzen arrives to Naruto's apartment where Naruto is like 7 years old and gives him some money and says, this is for the rent and your food and whatever, don't spend too much. And he acts like an absolute jerk towards Naruto. He doesn't answer Naruto's questions. He is very harsh towards him. This is the scene people usually remember when they say, I hate Hiruzen, he's a terrible Hokage, a terrible person. But that scene, it's not canon. It's a filler scene from a filler arc that's relevant for the story. It's a stupid filler scene. I hate filler arcs and episodes so much, and this is probably the main reason why. The pacing is not even the biggest issue there because you can skip the episodes, but these scenes, they can give you the impression that characters are acting in a way that they would never do, like Hiruzen here. He was very kind towards Naruto. He was never that severe for no reason at all. I mean, when Naruto defaced the Hokage face in the Leaf Village, sure, Hiruzen reprimanded him for good reason.
But that's the thing. Hiruzen was nice to him. He just didn't show that much effort towards him. Like, why is he drinking spoiled milk? What happened to Minato's money and Kushina's money? They had a house. Let's go to Boruto real quick. When Boruto, when the omnipotence happened and Boruto was looked at as a rogue shinobi, they didn't take Himawari's house away. She was living in the house by herself. Why Naruto can't get that same treatment? Naruto is literally, they took, like, where is the fourth Hokage's money? Kushina and Minato was living in a house. Why Naruto ain't get that house?
After all, he was vandalizing the village. But you can see in chapter 1 that Hiruzen was very fond of Naruto already. That stupid rent scene never happened. It's a filler scene because the Studio Spirit need filler episodes to fill in their time so they don't catch up to the manga, but nothing is relevant there. Now, you could say that people in the village, even ninjas like Iruka, really hated Naruto for him being the Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails, but this is pretty much out of Hiruzen's control. You, over there, you cannot hate Naruto, okay? You have to actually act happy towards him.
Question. No, I got a question, right? I got a question. Like the video said, that's not Hiruzen's fault. But Hiruzen said that nobody can't talk about, Naruto being a Nine Tails Jinchuriki. They said that only high-ranking Jonins know that he's a Nine Tails Jinchuriki. How did people figure out? How did people figure out that he has the Nine Tails in him? How? Now, you could say, well, Minato is the only person in the Leaf Village who got blonde hair, besides Ino and the Yamanaka clan, yada yada. But I'm saying, like, people, if you put two and two together, then you know he's Minato's son. But why they didn't treat him like that? Why they didn't treat him like the fourth Hokage's son? Also, Minato said he wanted Naruto to be known as a hero. He told that to Hiruzen. Hiruzen did not tell the people of the Leaf Village that, hey, he saved the village. They put the Nine Tails inside of him. He saved the village. We're gonna treat him with respect. That didn't happen either.
And whatever. No, he can't control people's emotions, but nobody was ever violent towards Naruto. At least no adults were violent towards him, even people that lost their loved ones during the Nine Tails attack, because Naruto was never really attacked when he was a kid in the Leaf Village. Oh yeah, except for Mizuki, but he was probably arrested in Naruto chapter 1, and his objective was to steal the scroll, the Shadow Clone Jutsu, so it doesn't really count, because he wasn't doing that just to kill Naruto or anything like that. He had other motives. And that's certainly because Hiruzen didn't allow that to happen, because yeah, everybody really despised Naruto. But then you could say, well, Hiruzen could have made a better effort to make sure people wouldn't hate Naruto, but it's really difficult because Jinchurikis are kinda hated by default in the Naruto-verse. There's a lot of prejudice, and this is in the premise of the series. You can't snap your fingers and make people not despise Jinchurikis.
No, look, that's true. That is true. You can't just make people not hate them, but those other 8 Jinchuriki are not the same as Naruto. Like, if you want to dive into why each of them was a Jinchuriki, go ahead. In this case, the fourth Hokage and his wife saved the village from the Nine Tails by putting it in their son. There is no way y'all should hate Naruto. There's no way y'all should treat Naruto like that when they was treating him bad. He was lonely, he was left out, he was hated, and he didn't even do nothing. That isn't Hiruzen's fault. No, it's partially his fault because he didn't make Naruto look good, which he was supposed to. His dad told him, Minato told Hiruzen to tell the people that, and he didn't
Be afraid of them anymore. You could say Hiruzen could have told everybody that Naruto was the son of the fourth Hokage and that he deserved more respect because he was the one who kept the Nine Tails at bay, essentially.
I just said that. I literally just said that.
But Hiruzen wanted to hide Naruto's parents' identities because it would be dangerous for Naruto to be known as the son of the fourth Hokage, the man who killed 1 billion people during the Third Great Ninja War and made enemies in all of the other 4 great nations.
Okay, look, right? I heard this before too. We're not gonna say that he's the fourth Hokage's son because that's gonna attract people. People were still coming after him. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. The fact that he's a Jinchuriki made him a target already. So by the time Naruto, like the tuning exams part, or like a little bit after that, he was a target. He was a target. They was gonna try to search for him anyway, so it didn't even matter.
And to try and help Naruto even further with this prejudice problem, Hiruzen made a law that forbade everyone to speak about the Nine Tails and the incident that happened, especially to children from Naruto's generation. And that gave Naruto a fighting chance to not be hated by everyone in his generation by default, so that he would at least be a normal child when he is in the academy. It doesn't fully work, because parents still could tell their children not to be close to Naruto for no particular reason, just because he's not a good kid for you to be around. And then the parents don't give them any specifics. There's a tail beast inside of him or anything like that. But at least that way the kids are just like, yeah, my parents told me not to be close to that guy, but I don't know why. I'm not gonna be close to him. It's sad, but it's definitely not as bad as, oh, he has a demon inside of his body. I'm afraid of him. And also Naruto didn't really help himself in that regard when it came to friends in his academy days. He was a difficult kid to be around. He liked to pull pranks on everybody. He wasn't very likable. And yes, obviously it's because he wanted the attention of everybody because he was alone, and that's because of his background. I'm not saying Naruto's a terrible person for acting that way when he was a kid, but it's something that's somewhat out of Hiruzen's control as well. Now, Naruto's childhood would never be good because of his pre-established conditions of being the Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails regardless of what Hiruzen did. And when you take everything into account, Hiruzen did a pretty good job with Naruto in his early years. Yes, he didn't adopt Naruto, but if Naruto was not supposed to be known as the son of the fourth Hokage, if the third Hokage all of a sudden decided to adopt a random child, that would raise some eyebrows, wouldn't it? And also, put yourself on Hiruzen's position. The Leaf Village has won all 3 great ninja wars under Hiruzen's command. Yes, Hiruzen was the Hokage when the Leaf won all those wars because he was instated as the third Hokage during the first great ninja war right before Tobirama died. So yeah, the Leaf Village won the first great ninja war with Hiruzen helming the village, just like the second.
That's how long?
No one's dumb enough to go where we're going.
That's kind of our specialty.
Second and the third as well.
Hold on, that's something we don't talk about. That is something we do not talk about at all. The Leaf Village won every great ninja war except the fourth one, of course. Hold on, let me reset that. The Leaf Village won every great war, the first 3 great wars under Hiruzen. Hey, look, I ain't gonna lie, that's tough. Hey, look, what the Hiruzen haters gonna say now? He's still wrong for having Naruto drink spoiled milk. I don't care.
But those are more obvious. The Leaf Village flourished a lot during your reign as a third Hokage, a lot of prosperity when you're not at war at least, and you overall did an amazing job ruling the village. Yes, Hiruzen's done some mistakes here and there, but when you rule the village for over 30 years, you're bound to make some, such as letting Orochimaru escape and not having the guts to kill, and that's a big mistake Hiruzen did, but he kinda made up for it in the end when he, sealed Orochimaru's arms and all that. But still, after the third great ninja war, you're getting a little bit old, you're in your mid-50s, it's probably time for you to retire. After all, being Hokage is a lot of responsibility, and if you're not at your peak condition, then the village's not gonna be that well protected. Luckily for you, there so happens to be the strongest ninja that was ever born in the Leaf Village right around the corner over there. He became a hero in the third great ninja war. Everyone in the village admires his strength, his charisma, and everything else about him. He's way stronger than you are, and he's extremely intelligent, so yeah, he's the perfect pick for the next Hokage. I am gonna pick him, and then I'm going to retire and enjoy the rest of my days here. If the Leaf Village needs me, it can definitely help out, but I'm getting old, so probably should let the more powerful and younger guy with more energy to take over, right? And that's exactly what Hiruzen does. Perfect plan. The Leaf Village is at peace, the fourth Hokage is extremely powerful, everybody is happy. But then your successor cannot keep it in his pants and impregnates the Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails, which prompts the attack of the Nine Tails on the Leaf Village. And then
Hey, look, bro, Minato was with Kushina all the time. Outside of the missions, it was bound to happen. It was bound to happen. Of course he clapping her cheeks. Like, duh. Duh. Hiruzen was young when he had Asuma too. Of course. I mean, it's just bound to happen, bro. It's bound to happen.
the fourth Hokage has to seal the Nine Tails in his newborn baby and dies in the process. That's amazing! My successor didn't rule for a year and he's already dead. I thought he was strong or something. Wow. Now, a lesser man in Hiruzen's situation wouldn't really care and just leave the village for 12 years, but Hiruzen took the mantle back and became the active Hokage again, even though he was already pretty old. Kushina told him,
Nah, I ain't gonna lie though. If I'm Hiruzen, I'm mad. I'm mad. He tried to retire. He literally did, like, when people work, they be working 30, 40 years. He literally did a 30, 40-year shift, retired, and had to come back out of retirement because the person next up died and there was nobody else. Orochimaru could have been Hokage. I think he was in contention for it, but you know, he's Orochimaru. What's it called? Jiraiya was supposed to be Hokage, but he done turned the offer down so many times. And then, you know, like by the time he died before Tsunade, they found Tsunade. So like, I mean, like, she couldn't even fill in the fifth Hokage role.
To take care of Naruto, and that's exactly what he did. Short of adopting Naruto, Hiruzen did everything in his power to make sure Naruto would have the most comfortable childhood possible, which would never be comfortable. Even if Minato had survived the attack with the Nine Tails and was Naruto's dad, Naruto's childhood would still be very difficult. And think about this for a second. Hiruzen had to become the Hokage again after he didn't plan to. After all, I'm pretty sure Hiruzen thought Minato would live to his 80s and would be the Hokage for at least 40 years or so. Everybody thought the guy was completely invincible, and he had to manage this awful situation where the Leaf Village was in shambles because of the Nine Tails attack. There were many geopolitical threats that could try to take advantage of the Leaf Village's position there after being attacked, to try and do something bad, you know, attack the village, try to steal something. Another war could have started because the Leaf Village was so weak and they had won all previous 3. It was definitely not a good situation for Hiruzen to be Hokage again. Tough things to deal with, you know? Adopting Naruto at that point in time was probably not a very good idea.
Okay, look though, this is the thing that, like, is, you don't have to adopt somebody to take care of them. He don't have to be Naruto's dad. He's old, bro. But like, I don't know. Like, it's crazy because he got to make some points about Jiraiya. We only got 4 minutes left. But like, he don't have to be his dad, but his living conditions could have been better than what they was. Minato, Kushina, they both had a house. Not both of them, but they lived in the house together. Why Naruto didn't live in that house? Also, you can go once a month or like twice a month. Make sure he got good food. He doesn't know right from wrong. Like, he had to learn that by himself. And Jiraiya became like that father figure later. But that was later. So he could have did better. He was dealing with a lot, but he could have did better.
First, because he didn't want people to know he was the son of the 4th Hokage, and also because he was really busy. And if Naruto, the 7th Hokage, cannot go back to his home to stay with his biological kids because he has too much work as a Hokage in the most peaceful time ever in the Naruto verse, considering that he can create thousands of shadow clones because of his massive chakra reserves, he gets so
Okay, look, this is not the same thing. Naruto, no, this ain't. Hold on. Naruto did have a lot of work. He didn't want to cheat his work by using shadow clones. If it was me, I definitely would have sent some shadow clone. I would have had like 3-4 shadow clones in the office. I would have went home. What? I got a son, a daughter, and a wife. And I'm using them shadow clones. They gonna say I'm the most lazy Hokage of all time. He learned a Rasengan in a week. Bro, you can finish all that work with multiple shadow clones. Shikamaru, Sai sometimes be in there. Like, come on, dude. If that was me, I would have used some shadow clones. But Naruto was like, it's worse. I feel like it's worse for Naruto because he was younger and he can do all these shadow clones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It's over 20 shadow clones on the screen. If that was me, I would have sent that shadow clone. I would have went home and had shadow clones in the office.
Exhausted, you can't even make a proper shadow clone to go back and see 2 stupid children. I doubt old man Hiruzen would be able to do that for an adopted Naruto. Now let's list everything Jiraiya has done for Naruto in his first 12 years during his childhood. Number 1. Oh yeah, Jiraiya wasn't in the village for 12 years. Naruto didn't even know who he was. Wouldn't you look at that? I guess peeping on ladies in hot springs and writing softcore novels was more important than raising his godson. You know, the kid that was named after Jiraiya's main character in his first book? And let me remind you that the literal purpose of a godfather is to take care of the child if something happens to the parents. Well, I'm pretty sure something did happen to the parents.
Ugh. No.
Hello, looking back at it, I see why Jiraiya didn't have no kids, bro. I see why he didn't. He's a deadbeat to his own godson, bro. Like, not only did they just, like, it's not like they just went, they died the worst way. They got a giant nine-tails claw straight through the chest, bro. Jiraiya, man, you one of my favorite characters, bro. What are you doing, bro? Like, he took care of him later for like 3 years, or he mentored him for like 3 years, or two or three. But nah, cause Jiraiya got all that money. He definitely could have got him a better house, better apartment. He could have left like sometimes, but nah, we need an explanation of why Jiraiya didn't help out more.
Jiraiya only shows up after, 12 and a half years or so. I guess a lot of traffic in the Land of Fire, dude. And then people have the most absurd defenses for Jiraiya in this situation here. Oh, he didn't know Naruto existed. He didn't know Kushina was pregnant. That's absolutely false, because he literally sees Kushina with a belly bigger than Choji's. And they even asked Jiraiya's permission to give his character name to Naruto. So yeah, that's obviously not true. And then they say, well, but he returned when he learned about the Akatsuki and that they were after the Nine-Tails. Well, I guess you could say he returned to protect Naruto, sure, but Hiruzen was there protecting him the entire time. Oh, but Jiraiya gave him a half popsicle. Oh, wow! Hiruzen gave him an apartment to live in.
You were more than just a teacher to me, Jiraiya-sensei. You were like a father.
Hey, you know what? When I think about it, I guess that makes Naruto something like a grandson to me.
And then you can say, well, but...
See, like I said that in the video. They literally named Naruto after his book. So he can't even act like he didn't know. That's so crazy, bro. It really is crazy, because he'll be like, oh yeah, you remind me of the fourth Hokage. You remind me of the fourth Hokage. You ain't gonna lie. We make jokes about Hiruzen. We need to reanimate Jiraiya. Oh well, nah, we can't, because the water pressure, what you call it. But Minato want his ones with him too. Actually, no, he doesn't, because Minato killed him and his wife, and he didn't kill Minato. I'm tripping. Obito killed Minato and Kushina, and Minato didn't kill him in the 4th grade Ninja War. If that was me, all you would have heard was Rasengan. I'm telling you, straight through the chest.
He taught Naruto the Rasengan, and he taught him over the time skip. Sure. I mean, the Rasengan is very important, but the training during the time skip wasn't very impactful at all. And Naruto got more powerful in that 1 week of training he had with Kakashi when he learned the Rasen Shuriken than with the 3 years of training he had with Jiraiya during the time skip. And talking about Naruto's training here, when Jiraiya first showed up, he only agreed to train Naruto because he used the sexy jutsu on him. I don't know, man, that seems a little sus. And the worst part about all this is that nobody acknowledges Jiraiya's 12-year absence from Naruto's life, his godson. Nobody in universe and nobody out of universe. The fans, they don't really care. Jiraiya only showed up, after Naruto was a grown child. They're just like, oh, Jiraiya's so cool, man. He has such a cool design, such a cool personality. He's a funny character. He's awesome. Meanwhile, Hiruzen is literally running the entire village as an elderly man and doing everything in his power to make Naruto's life as comfortable as it can be. But people absolutely despise the guy because of one filler scene. Think about this for a second. Jiraiya never even tells Naruto, yeah, sorry bro, I didn't show up for 12 years, but I'm gonna train you now or something. Or nobody even calls Jiraiya out on it, like Kakashi, for instance. He was Minato's pupil. He should have been like, okay, Jiraiya, where were you, dude?
Nah, he really should have. Also, though, if we been for real. Well, nah, if we been for real, Kakashi only looked out for Naruto because he was his teacher. He was assigned to be his teacher, so you low-key can throw Kakashi in there, too. Like, I mean, like, if we been for real, Kakashi like an uncle to Naruto. And I know they didn't have that relationship, but he really looked up to Minato. Minato was like really close to Kakashi. So, I mean, we can throw Kakashi in there too.
Well, I guess you could say Kakashi didn't take care of Naruto as well, but when Naruto was born, Kakashi was like 14, so not exactly prime age for you to adopt a child. It's just kind of annoying because Hiruzen gets this bad rap he definitely doesn't deserve. And if you agree with me, like this video, subscribe to this channel.
Yeah, yeah, I ain't never even realized that. Like, Jiraiya don't even get the slack and the blame that he should. Yeah, that's crazy. If y'all new here, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to drop a like on the video. If y'all want more Naruto reactions, you know, just let me know. And yeah, with that being said, I'm going to see y'all in the next one. Peace!